This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, 50 Cent sends a cryptic warning to Big Meech. He takes a scene from Godfather Part 2 and, is confident saying, hey, why do you got to destroy everything? He's like, not everybody, just my enemies. And 50 Cent says July 6th, whatever that means. I have no clue, to be honest with you. I mean, that could be when the Tammy Cowan documentary would drop. That could be when the last season of BMF drops. That's more likely. The last season of BMF. Then we got, 1090 Jake. He'll be dropping his thing today. So we're all looking forward to that because I want to see what redacted paperwork he's given, because I'm pretty sure that's what. Why would they just keep repeating the same paperwork everybody else has? It's got to be something that's redacted. And just so you guys know, the third party cooperating thing, that's for state. I know someone out there said, someone that's going around now, that it can't. There's no in Georgia. They don't allow that. It's a federal case. They go by federal guidelines. It's not a federal state case. Think about it. Tammy was in Atlanta, Cuffy's in St. Louis, and then Suarez was in California. It would be a national Fed case, just so you know. Just like the BMF case was all over the place, Then we got The Game. Kanye's really using The Game for his own benefits. He's now got The Game in Tina Knowles' DMs, and he's spitting a song about her. Earlier, he was wearing one of the only piece that Kanye has for merch now, which is highly offensive to a certain group of people. I don't have to say it. Game will do anything for some money, man, I guess. Giggs. Giggs is, if you don't know who Giggs is, he's a big rapper in London, right? He's like a drill rapper, I guess. He was on a bunch of Drake albums. Or one Drake album, specifically. But somebody tried to trick him in Dubai.
Yeah, so I just want to apologize to everyone who's going to Club Boo tonight, who bought tickets or tables, and everyone who's excited to see me. But yeah, I'm not going to be there tonight. Completely out of my hands, nothing to do with me whatsoever. I've had the absolute weirdest day, so let me tell you about my day. So the venue owner has said, can you come to the studio? We're making an album for Club Blue. So I said, okay, cool. So gone down to the studio, even though I didn't have time to go to the studio, but I still went anyway, because you know me, I'm a cool guy. Went down to the studio. Then he said, yes, can you do a song? And I said, well, I haven't got time, but show me some beats and we can figure something out. Showed me some beats, took the beats. I said, yeah, I'll do them another time, whatever. Then next thing I know, he told the promoter, the show is cancelled. Fuck that. We wanted a verse. And I'm like, okay, then that's it. The show is cancelled just like that. Madness. I've never seen nothing like that before my whole career. But you know me, I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes. You know my history. You get me? So it's nothing new. Used to be the police, now it's venue owners. Never been bullied in my life, but today I guess I've been bullied. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that was it. It's just completely unprofessional. They wanted something. What? Like I didn't have to do. It's not in no contract or nothing. And that was it. They just canceled the show.
Yeah, sometimes those venue owners be crazy. I wouldn't have done it either. I would have said, you got to pay for it. I mean, come on. Then we got Ralo. Ralo's on this media tour. He just did Bag Fuel, too. So he's done Bag Fuel, Math Hoffa, Angela Yee. And he did Big Facts, but they pressed him on that paperwork. Jade, shout out to Jade. She was like, yo, what about page 8? Page 8 here says, your lawyer was in fear of your life because you gave up so much information. And then he says, yeah, but what about page 12? So on Backfuel, he's like, "Yo, these podcasts be setting you up, man." I told her to go to page 12, but she was stuck on page 8. He's like, "But page 12 says I never gave up no information or put anybody in jail." Yeah, but you had somebody else give it up for you. That's the point of her bringing to page 8 and page 12 and saying, "Hey, maybe you didn't sit down with them, but maybe somebody gave up the information for you and tried to see if it could play." I don't know, man. Ralo did his time, so obviously it didn't stick. But people were saying he tried to do it. He tried. It's possible. I don't know. Only he knows. But you know what? Doing all these interviews about it, and he made them take it down. That's what really makes it suspect. He made Big Facts take it down. So now he's doing all these other podcasts explaining this. When you explain something too much, you sound guilty. I might just be honest, like you do. Drakeo, 3 years later, rapper Drakeo's killing leaves behind more questions than answers. I mean, most people can kind of know who did this. I mean, if you know, you know. But there's no evidence, obviously. But you know who's behind it, You just look at someone's enemies, right? It's pretty obvious. But it's going to be unsolved. This guy, Lil Meech. Yo, Rick Ross might be more devious in this situation. I'm going to predict something. I'm going to predict that Big Meech has beef with Rick Ross shortly, soon. He's going to realize Rick Ross selfishly, not unselfishly, selfishly did what he did. He knew the outcome of this. I mean, we talked about this. Go back to my video when the picture was first taken and posted, right? It was a few weeks ago. And I told you guys, I said, hey, this is going to get BMF canceled, and Rick Ross is doing this just to get under 50 skin. He's not trying to do this to like show love to Meech and give him some cash. He's doing this to get in his ear, get in his skin, and well, get in Big Meech's ear, get under 50 Cent skin, pause, and then he was thinking maybe we could do a movie together and we could take this from 50, not knowing how life rights work, right? So essentially, Rick Ross selfishly knew the outcome, knew it would ruin Lil Meech's acting career, knew it would take any opportunities away from Big Meech. And I don't think Big Meech is in a good space to be even making these kind of decisions, Like, he's been in jail. He's been in jail half of his life, to be honest with you. If you look at it, like, that's half of his life he was in jail. So he spent half his life outside, half his life in jail. His mind's messed up. You can't just get back to business within 3 months of being home. You've been locked up for 20 years. So he'll say later, Rick Ross took advantage of me when I was vulnerable. F Rick Ross to forever. That's what it's going to end up being. I'm telling you. Lil Meech, you know better. You know better. You're like a hurt girlfriend right now. I'm going to take a picture with Ross, and I'm going to make him mad. Big Meech is like, I don't even know who I am anymore. Jeezy trying to look like Neo here. Look. He's like, red pill or blue pill. You decide. Well, he's taken legal action against one of his trusted members of his team, accusing them of withholding critical financial records and profiting off his success. Jeezy accuses longtime manager Solomon Forney, business partner Eddie Bridgman, of getting rich off him and possibly attempting to conceal it. Let's see. So Jeezy and Forney had a decade-long working relationship before launching Agency 99 to manage his earnings as a recording artist. Bridgman's company and Psy Group was later brought in to oversee Agent 99's financial affairs, but Jeezy claims he later discovered Bridgman was not even a licensed CPA, which is a certified. It's an accountant basically, and it says Jeezy says he became frustrated with the lack of transparency and began a process of severing ties with Forney and Bridgman. However, he alleges they have blocked his efforts to access the company's books and records. Without records, Jeezy is unable to comply with Georgia law. Okay, so we'll see. That's crazy. People put too much trust in people with their money. Time and time again. Like, I love when rappers are like, I paid my accountant was supposed to pay my taxes. Why didn't you just have them file your taxes and there's a form on there that you send in with the check? How about that? All right, so Diddy is... I'm sick of this Diddy updates, man. Now he's trying to say, oh, the warrants were grossly distorted, and I don't know. All the devices and stuff they took, he's trying to challenge the search warrants now. You ain't gonna win this one, bro. Before, last week it was saying they're prejudiced. It's goofy. No wonder that guy, what's his name? Takapina was like, I'm staying away from this. This is crazy. Then Cameron reacts to Chad Ochocinco. This was a while back. Chad Ochocinco said, Cam, you my man, but when I finish getting myself back together, I'm going to take your spot. And he was like, why would you say that? Like, I had just started. I was 2 months in to working on my show at this time, and you already want to take my spot? You had all this time to do your own thing, and you didn't do anything.
Cam, you my man, but once I finish fasting and get back in front of the camera, I'm going to dominate this space. That space. Hey, yo, watch your mouth. Hey, yo, back in front of the camera and do what? And what space you talking about? Hey, yo, watch your mouth. First of all, Chad, niggas wanted me to get you paused a long time ago. I said, I ain't going to fuck with Chad. He be going through his little mental shit. I don't know what it is exactly, but I said, I'm going to leave Chad alone. But you're fucking with me. So let me ask you this, right, Chad? So all the NFL analysts, whether it's Michael Strahan, ESPN Swagoo, Dan Orlovsky, you coming after me? Well, come on, nigga. Come on, nigga. You talking about you fasting, nigga. You can fast and get on TV. You're in rehab. I know a nigga who go to rehab and act like they fasting. Second of all, niggas wanted me to get you a long time ago, Chad. You moving oppie. I said, listen, you got to be careful of niggas who be headbutting bitches. Because Chad will headbutt a bitch in a minute. You got to be... Cam, you my man, but once I finish...
Yo, Cam's crazy, man. Anyways, man, we'll see what happens. July 6th. Why we got to wait so long? JordanTower with JT News. Peace.